Which iPad should you buy in 2025? Well, right here in front of me, I have the full lineup that won't get updated until at least the end of 2025. We have the base iPad for $350. We have the iPad mini for $500, the iPad Air for $600, and the iPad Pro for $1,000. And all of these are on sale on Amazon right now using the links below. Now, before we jump into all the in-depth comparison details like performance charts and display differences, I want to actually skip ahead to the buyer's guide to save you some time. So let's get started with who should buy the base iPad. If you're looking for an iPad to use like an actual tablet and not a computer replacement, this is by far the best choice because you get all of the essentials for only $350 or actually $328 on Amazon. And it's by far the best value iPad ever for three major reasons. Number one is that Apple doubled the storage for free with this new generation that just came out with 128 gigs, which actually matches the same base as you get on the $600 iPad Air, which is incredible value. The previous version had 64 gigs, which was way too little. You'd fill it up so quickly and have major issues with storage management, so 128 is great for a casual tablet. Apple also gave us the A16 chip, which is faster, but more importantly, has 2 gigs of extra RAM, bringing it to 6 gigs total versus the previous 4, which is a huge help for multitasking and reliability. And for number 3, this iPad has the same modern design language as the others. It has the same 11-inch display size, the same Touch ID button on the top, the same 12 megapixel side-mounted center stage camera, and it only has a couple of things missing, like not supporting the Apple Pencil Pro and some display drawbacks that I'll get into in just a minute. So overall, this is such a great value for the price, and I recommend it to everyone who doesn't care about high-end laptop-like features and just wants a casual yet reliable iPad experience. Now moving on, who should buy the iPad mini for $500 or $474 on Amazon? Well, this one's definitely very unique because it's $150 more than the base iPad while being mini. Yes, this one has a smaller 8.3-inch display, but it's actually perfect for casual use while on the couch, being comfy to hold with one hand while watching content, movies, whatever. And it's actually the perfect size to play games with on-screen touch controls, making it super comfy to use. And even better, if you have young kids like I do, it's gonna be perfect for them as it's much easier for them to use and control, being a lot lighter, and I guarantee they will love it. And it's actually my personal favorite iPad of all time for those reasons, including the faster A17 Pro chip, which does support Apple Intelligence, even though right now it doesn't mean much, but when Apple makes it good, you're going to have it. It also has better display quality than the base iPad, it has a faster USB-C port, better Wi-Fi 6, and more. But it does have a couple of downsides, like not being as nice to draw on with the small display, and you do not get full keyboard support. But for casual use on the couch, to watch YouTube videos, movies, listen to music, play games, browse the web, and especially for kids, this one is the one to buy. Next up, we have the iPad Air for $600 or $569 on Amazon. This one also just got updated with the M3 chip, making it faster, and I'd say the iPad Air is the one to get if you care more about high performance, so for things like higher end gaming, productivity work like photo editing, video editing, or anything else like that. The display quality is much nicer than the 11-inch base iPad, being laminated, so it looks great with nice contrast and colors, and it also supports the Apple Pencil Pro, so it's perfect for artists with that larger size. And the nice thing about this iPad is that you can get it in the 13-inch size for $754, making it the least expensive way to get an iPad that big, making it perfect for the updated Magic Keyboard, so it can act as a great laptop replacement regardless of which size you choose. And the nice thing is that this also supports Stage Manager for multitasking. And I would personally recommend the iPad Air for anyone who has a bit of a higher budget and would rather have much better overall quality and performance than saving money by going with the base iPad. The only downside is that it still only has a 60 Hz refresh rate display, so the powerful M3 chip's performance isn't going to be fully realized in games that support 120 FPS. And that right there is what brings us to who should buy the iPad Pro, packing the much faster M4 chip, which is going to be supported for longer. Now, no matter which of these iPads you choose, our longtime partner MOFT just came out with the coolest origami-inspired accessory for all of these iPads, the Dynamic Folio. Unlike other cases out there, this Dynamic Folio is ultra thin while giving you over 20 different stand modes with its one-piece origami design. Just look at all the ways you can use it. If you want to watch a movie, you have floating theater mode. If you want to read, you have that too. And if you want a pencil, floating creation mode is so cool because it floats above, letting you comfortably use the pencil. The Dynamic Folio also has dual screen mode for your phone, which is really useful to take notes or draw while watching something on it. And my favorite is writing mode that is perfect on your lap, allowing the iPad to not slide off. Now, one thing that this Dynamic Folio has that I haven't seen in any other case is a detachable pencil holder that magnetically attaches to the Folio with powerful magnets and keeps your pencil secure. So go ahead and check out this awesome Dynamic Folio and unlock the full potential of the iPad using the links below. Now, getting back to the iPad Pro, this comes with the best of the best display in any tablet, supporting 120 Hz ProMotion, which means super smooth 120 FPS gaming and UI use, as well as a tandem OLED display, which comes with insane color and contrast quality of OLED, but double the brightness so it supports HDR videos, being literally the best display out there in so many different ways. Now, this one starts at $1,000, but comes with double the storage, so 256, so it's technically $300 more expensive than the iPad Air if you match the storage, but you can find it on Amazon for $900 on sale using the link below. Now, the one thing I love about this is Face ID, which makes it super convenient to log in my opinion, better than Touch ID. It has a super thin design, which I love. It has very slim bezels. It has a Thunderbolt port on the bottom, which is insanely fast, as well as a LiDAR scanner if you want to do augmented reality apps. It's also got quad speakers, so it sounds much better. I'll show you the real difference in just a minute. It's got studio quality mics. It has a much nicer Magic Keyboard with aluminum keyboard section on the bottom, which feels super nice with a glass trackpad with haptic feedback, just like on MacBooks. It also goes up to 2 TB of storage if you really want to make this your laptop replacement. So with that said, who should actually buy this? Well, I'd say anybody who's been waiting and planning to buy a high-end iPad to keep for many years, essentially future-proofing. And I don't think it's worth waiting for the M5 iPad Pro because I don't think much is gonna change and the performance is already crazy good. Of course, we have the best display that will not get updated for a few years, and you also have Apple Pencil Pro support, so it's awesome and fully spec'd out in basically every way. And now, with that out of the way, let me show you guys how these iPads compare in a few different categories. The first one is displays, and I want to turn off the displays right here so you could see that the base iPad does not have an anti-reflectivity layer compared to the rest. So I don't know if you guys can see from the top cam, but it is definitely a lot more reflective. It's also non-laminated, so you have this gap between the glass and the display, so it makes the blacks look really gray. It also can't display P3 colors while all of the rest can, so watching content is not gonna look as good, while the iPad's Pro display looks insanely good. And then as for the performance, the M4 iPad Pro has the best single-core performance, which means a snappier experience like web browsing with speedometer 3.0, as well as having much faster multi-core performance. And then in terms of the graphics, the base iPad is definitely the worst, but it's not too far behind the iPad Mini, with the iPad Pro obviously being the best, but not that far ahead of the iPad Air. However, the base iPad was just fine playing casual games like Call of Duty Mobile, so don't worry about that. And if you're curious about the speaker quality, let me just play a little bit of sound on each one. As you can hear, the volume is louder on the base iPad because it has more room for larger speakers. And the iPad Air sounds just about the same as the base iPad. But the iPad Pro as you can hear right there, it has quad speakers, so it sounds better with a lot better bass. And finally, with all that out of the way, let me give you guys my personal recommendation. If you want an iPad for casual tablet use on the couch, just get the base iPad or get the iPad mini if you want to play games handheld or if you have young kids. Otherwise, I'd honestly recommend skipping the iPad Air and just going straight for the M4 iPad Pro because the Air lacks the 120Hz display and it doesn't get tandem OLED like the iPad Pro gets, especially if you want to make this a laptop replacement, which this also comes with a nicer Magic Keyboard, faster performance, Face ID, and a Thunderbolt port, so this is the best laptop replacement out of all of these. So with all that said, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you still have questions, let me know down in the comment section below. Definitely subscribe for more videos like this one. Check out one of those right there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.